Welcome back to Post Match. I'm here with Tyler. You just won our game of war.
Yay.
Before we get started, any other war stories you want to regale us with?
War story. Again, I told you that was the closest thing I've ever gotten to actual combat. Other countries are pretty cool. I'll go visit them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're only fun to visit, not live there. Hashtag Japan.
Ooh. Racially topical.
Racial. I was just going to say that I was there for almost a year for TAD. I was basically living there.
Oh.
It was right when I was about to get transferred to Chicago, and they're like, hey, you have this NEC, go over to Japan, and then they canceled the deployment. And then I got stuck there because they already paid the money, and they didn't want to repay the money to send me back. And so I just hung out in Japan for, it was probably closer to like 9 months.
But that's still a very long time.
It's a very long time to be in another country. And as much as I liked Japan, I'm going to say this. I'm looking at you, Steve, when I say this comment. It's not as cool as ever makes it out to be. I'm just letting you know. Great place to visit. I could never live there. They don't have garbage cans anywhere.
They don't. They're very big on you being tidy for yourself.
Pro tip, 7-Eleven says trash can out front. Learn that real quick. That's also the safest bank over there, I've learned.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that war's over.
Now that that's over.
We'll start with the awkward one, box fit. This is a deck of cards.
I mean, I feel like everyone has a deck of cards somewhere, even if they don't know where it is. All cards are universally about the same size, unless you get those weird double deck ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this is like the perfect middle ground where it's nothing groundbreaking.
Like, on one hand, I want to give it a 10, because it's like, this is everything it needs to be. On the other hand, I'm like, it's just a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Hasn't really like done anything to wow me with box fit.
Is this out of 5 or 10?
This one's out of 10.
I feel like this is like a perfect example of a 6, where 5 would be the perfect average of like it's normal, but it's just great enough that because it's so small and you can literally fit this in your pocket and walk around with it.
Yeah.
Put it in a backpack, you're going traveling, going on vacation, throw a deck of cards in there, you can play a million different games with deck of cards, which I feel gets away from the essence of it, which is why I can't give it a 10, because it's not to this game, it's to every game.
Yeah. It's the same way like that was going to be a bad example. It was like, what you have portable checkers. I was like, nobody has portable checkers except for my friend John.
Portable checkers.
John, our friend, I almost said his full legal last name, has 3 different portable checker games that are chess and checker games that he just carries with him.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'd agree with a 6 for box fit though. Like, it's exactly what it needs to be, but it is nothing special. And also, war is not a specific game.
The thing is, I couldn't like come up with a better way to improve a deck of cards.
Mm-hmm. Make it bigger.
No, I've seen bigger playing cards that just takes up more room. Just don't make it smaller. We learned that's not that great either.
No. The next category for war is rules out of 10. I think the rules are obvious. Once you learn it, you'll never forget it.
Okay, so I'm giving this a very specific. This out of 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, very specifically, I'm giving this an 8.
Okay.
And the reason that I'm taking 2 points away is because if you don't add a rule, you can play this for an hour and a half.
Yeah. It is designed to take forever. I don't want to say it's the history of war is that it's based on trench warfare in World War I.
We're going to go ahead and say that high and low number is...
Yeah.
No, I just feel like this is the game you make up for your kids because you need them to do something for a very long portion of time.
I need to clean the kitchen. Kids, go play war.
Exactly. That's why I can't give it... If this game was like 20 minutes shorter than the average that it is right now,
yes,
I'd probably give this a perfect 10. But because it can just divulge into something that just takes forever.
I kind of want to give it a 10 for rules. Like I said, the rules are obvious, and also it is one of the few games where like if you add a rule, if you change a rule, it doesn't really take away from the game. But like we made the game, we added the rule so it could be shorter, but that was for filming. If we hadn't added the rule, I don't want to say the game would have been much different. It just would have been longer. If anything, it improved the game.
Well, that's the thing though, is if you have to add the rule itself, it means it didn't exist to begin with. That's a house rule.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't give it a perfect 10.
That's a good point. I'll give it a 9 then. I'll take a point away. Next one is gameplay out of 10.
Out of 10, War is so simplistic. It's super easy. You can literally. This has been the easiest game to have a conversation and play at the same time because it's literally just look down if the number's higher or lower, and then they continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Not like some of the other games where you have to be like hyper focused.
There was no banter during the Halloween game.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's just me yelling that I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna give that 10 out of 10. I feel like it's so much easy to conversate, and that's why I think this game has lasted so long.
It's just that it's a simple, almost standard game.
Yeah.
I might give this one another 9. It's not that I don't like this game. It's that it is all random chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it. I don't like random chance games. You know that my favorite game is Clue, and that's because there's almost no random chance. There is a lot of strategy that goes into Clue.
And so this falls into a different category for me. If the game has some random chance, I hate it because I can have all the strategy in the world up to that point, and then the random chance hit, and then I just lose.
Okay.
If the game is entirely random chance, there's no investment from it. It's just either it's going to go my way or it's not. There's no way that I'm going to be upset about because it's just a game.
Yeah.
But like I said, if it was a game where like I'm like 90% in on strategy, and also the last 10% it goes, nah, flip a quarter.
Oh.
Never mind, you win. I'd be like,
We love Mario Party, though. What do you
no.
mean you played expertly and got 5 stars and nobody else had it, and then your one friend got 3 stars for jumping the most times during the off-screen
I
portions?
start crying a little bit. Yeah, I remember that.
To sidestep to Mario Party for a second, there's a very distinct memory I have, and it was Owen and Crow,
Yeah.
who are my friends, were at the house playing Mario Party, and Josh, our younger brother, came down to play because we needed a 4th person, and I think Jordan at that time had moved out to California with you.
Mm-hmm.
Josh proceeded to be so rude and gaslight Owen specifically. And at the end, Owen was like, "Does your brother not like me?" And I was like, "I don't know what that was." And I asked Josh, and Josh goes, "Oh, it's because I know Owen's younger sister. They're in the same grade." And I had messaged her that Owen was over, and she goes, "You should treat him like shit." And so he was very rude to Owen because his younger sister had asked Josh to be. And Josh ended up winning that game by stealing a star from Owen at the end and then winning a bonus star. And then he goes, "You should have played better," and then went upstairs. Which is a very Josh way to win.
That's so rude.
To circle back to War, though, I think I'm still going to give it a 9. It's close to 10.
Yeah.
Short-term replayability out of 5. We literally just finished playing this game a couple minutes ago. Would you want to play another round?
If we were in like say like a hangout style like setting, I probably could play like 2 or 3 other rounds of this with no problem. I probably wouldn't want to play like 10.
Yeah, no.
Especially how long it could be. Short term though, I'm gonna give it. This is out of what?
5.
Out of 5. I'll give it a 3.
Okay. I'm also on 3 just because it's like, depending on how long the game is, I could do another, but if it's one of those hour-long games, you're like, "God, I think we've had enough." Inversely, though, for long-term replayability, I think I am going to give it a 5.
Yeah, no.
I can always come back to playing this.
I never feel overly committed in this game. Like there's certain games that once you start, even though they're long, you cannot walk away from because you just invest too much in Monopoly. Where like something like this, it just feels like you could jump in. There's no mental burden of coming back to this. That's the one thing I've learned with this channel is there's some games I have such bad memories playing that I'm already ruined before I start it. I'm already upset before we've set the game up. And then something like War though, it's just it's so simplistic. There's no stress to this game. Either it is higher or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5.
Okay. This last category, out of 10 again. Objective, how'd you like it?
What's that out of?
Out of 10.
Out of 10. Objective. I have very fond memories of War. Clip that out of context.
I also really love card games, so...
No, I have very fond memories of playing this card game with my grandmother. I think it's easily a 7.
Okay. I don't know what... I genuinely don't know what I want to give it, because it's a classic game, and I like it. And it just kind of hit me. I don't ever remember losing a game of War. I know I've lost...
Until today.
Yeah. Well, yes. But, like, it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, "Oh, I've played War a bunch of times." And then you can't remember any memory about it. And you're just like, I've played it. I've definitely won it a bunch. And then you're like, I've probably lost. Couldn't tell you when. I just know that it happens. Like, it is a fun game, but it's also a forgettable game. I think I'll give it a 6. I don't dislike it. I kind of, 5 is middle line, like, it is a game that I can play. It's just very forgettable for me. But it's still, like, it's a good game.
It's fair.
With that, our scores wavered very little.
No, really.
Yeah, 1 point off. I gave this a 38 out of 50. You gave this a 39 out of 50.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And it mostly lost points on box fit.
Yeah.
I found a lot of games lose a lot of points. That's like,
The thing is, though, is I don't know, like, how I could poop on this box. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is the Schrodinger's box fit where it's like, it is the perfect box, but also it is not. This box does not represent the game of war.
Yeah.
It represents a deck of cards.
And I just feel like I couldn't give it a like high score for
Mhm.
very much for that exact reason. It's just I don't know if it's Schrodinger.
It is simultaneously a 10 and a 5.
Okay. Until you open it.
It's a what's that phrase? Ugly women use.
It's the face ugly women use.
It's like, oh, I'm a California 5, but I'm like a Tennessee 10 or something. Like they pick a really mid-ass.
We have to bleep that. I had a bunch to say too, but that actually might have been worse than most of the things I was gonna say. I was gonna say, oh, it's a Diet Coke. Don't worry.
Yeah. Coke, yeah, it's a Coke Zero Sugar. No, that unfortunately that is a thing that I've heard from people where they're like, I'm a Lockport 10, and I'm like, that's a regular 7. When people
That's
need
bold
to
to
when
say
people
that's
need
a
to subcategory to get that number they want, I'm like, ugh. Like yeah,
That's rough.
this is a card box 10 and a war 5. And with that, we will see you guys. We will see you guys next month. Goodbye, everyone.